Remember a few months ago when news started going around that this mystery illness was spreading throughout China? And they started locking down certain areas again, closed down some of the schools. They were all in the streets, with the hazmat suits on, spraying all the sprays. And then the same media that constantly wants us to wear a mask and they constantly want us to be scared of some new illness, that same media told us that it was nothing to worry about, and then the story completely disappeared. Well, in a totally unrelated turn of events, I'm sure, across America right now, it is being reported that cattle are coming down with this weird strain of the bird flu. Now, when you think of the bird flu, you think of birds. It's literally called the bird flu because it usually affects birds and chickens. You get it. Well, now it's starting to hop over to other animals and people. Across the United States, I believe 5 states now have reported that cattle are coming up with this weird strain of the bird flu. And now a man in Texas has come down with it as well. And this is I believe it's the second known case of this particular strain of the bird flu to ever affect humans in the United States. So this is just the second person of all time to have this illness in the United States. And they're saying that he must have got it from the cows that were in his area. But with that being said, I'm going to roll this news clip and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Now to a developing story in Texas where health officials are reporting a human case of bird flu. And for the first time, bird flu is showing up in dairy cows in America. This is part of a 5-state outbreak. The Department of Agriculture already confirming cows in Texas, Kansas, and Michigan do have the virus, and presumptive positive tests are in herds in New Mexico and Idaho. Farmers nationwide keeping a close watch on their cattle, while health officials say the rash of bird flu infections should not impact consumers of dairy products. Stephanie Haynes joins us live from Dallas. So, Stephanie, what's the very latest?
Yeah, let's get right to this case that we were just alerted to by health officials here in Texas. This person who is now infected with this bird flu, this strain of bird flu, came into close contact with a cow that was presumed positive with the virus, according to officials. And in terms of the symptoms, the patient only had one symptom, and that was eye inflammation or conjunctivitis. And this person went to go get tested with the flu, and that's when the CDC came back with that confirmed positive test of this bird flu virus. That person now getting treated with an antiviral. This is the second human case of bird flu in the United States and the first linked to exposure to cattle. And Kelly, we know that we just found out as of late that this is the first time that cattle are really being hit with this. This does not change the risk to the general public. Officials in Texas are stressing right now. They say the risk to the public is low, and it's extremely rare for this flu to be transmitted from one human to another. But still, farmers and ranchers are really going to have to be vigilant, be alert, watch not only their animals, their livestock, but also themselves, and trying to stop the spread and isolate the animals where they can when they know that they are sick, and also keep abreast of their own symptoms. USDA says migratory birds are believed to be the source. And so right now, officials here in Texas and across the United States are working with local ranchers, farmers, veterinarians, providing guidance as to how to identify your sick animals, how to identify symptoms in yourselves, quarantine those animals, and try to prevent animals from getting this in the future. Take a listen.
There have been very few cases in humans, and most of these have been very mild. And so it can happen, but it is rare, and it's important for us just for that very reason to monitor, this virus and how it's behaving in animals as well as humans.
quick check of CDC data shows that back in 2022, there was another person who tested positive for bird flu, and they came in close contact with chickens, with poultry. And that person totally recovered. That's the one case that we know that's been recorded so far. Now we have one that we're watching closely here in Texas. Now, in terms of our milk supply, there is no risk to the health supply, officials say, because of two reasons. One is that in the process of getting the milk from the cow to the shelves in the store is if they find that a cow is sick, they remove it from the population and remove the milk supply from the stuff that gets shipped off. And then there's also, of course, pasteurization, which gets rid of all the virus and things that come from raw milk, which the FDA has long told people not to drink just because of the potential health risks associated with. But yeah, Kelly, just something we're really watching here with this case that just came out this afternoon from Texas officials, and they're telling people, hey, be vigilant. Farmers, be vigilant, Kelly.
Yeah, an important story that impacts all of us in the state. Stephanie Haynes, thank you for those breaking news.
Now, personally, I'm not really afraid of the bird flu, and I don't think most of you all are either. The reason why people like me, and I assume people like a lot of you all, get concerned when we see them, try to scare us with the new illness is because we're all kind of patiently waiting for the day that they try it again. And you know what I'm talking about. The lockdowns, the social distancing, you name it. And we've gotten a few scares over the last couple of years that looked like, hey, maybe they're going to try to pull this all over again. And honestly, I think they would have by now if it wasn't for all of the pushback. I mean, even the people who ride around in the car by themselves with their mask on are kind of fed up with it now. But you can never, you never want to let them catch you with your guard down, okay? And the fact that this is spreading throughout cattle as opposed to people, I find that even more disturbing because it's like affecting our food supply. Now, some of you may be vegans, but I eat a lot of meat, okay? I eat a lot of steak, I eat a lot of chicken, so maybe, maybe I should rethink what I said earlier. Maybe I should be worried. But for now, let me know what you think about this. Is this something that you're going to take extremely seriously? Is this something that you don't think we have to worry about? Like I said, if this was just, if there wasn't cattle and livestock involved, I wouldn't be as worried. But I kind of feel like they were going to, I feel like the powers that be, and they already are, buying up the farmland and you name it, you really got to worry about the livestock because at the end of the day, they want us all eating bugs and living in pods. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so via Cash App, or you can help the channel for free by liking and subscribing. And with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.